Hello everybody, it's the Two-Wheel Troubadour here with another video. Hope everybody's having a great day, and I'm off on another adventure here in beautiful Florida. It's today. It's November 7th, 2018. Gorgeous blue sky. Right around, I don't know, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is Celsius, maybe like 22, maybe? I don't know. Somewhere in there, I think. So anyway, I'm going for a ride. We're going to go try to find the Gulf of Mexico and take you to some little places that I know of right on the coast, and hope you find it interesting. I know it should be beautiful, and it's a ways away. I've got to go, I know it's going to be at least an hour, I think, to get there. So, you know, maybe I'll fill in with a little music and do a little magical editing, so you're not sitting here for an hour waiting to get there. But before I jump on the highway and the wind noise gets too bad, I wanted to tell you about where we're going. So we're going to hit this little town called Aripeka, named after a Native American chief. His name was Chief Aripeka, and this little place was a fishing community for a long time. It dates back to the early 1800s. Pretty much unchanged since then, really. And one of their claims to fame is that the famous baseball player Babe Ruth would come down practically yearly and stay there and go fishing. Aripeka, Florida. So that's kind of cool. A little history there. So then we're going to go out and find a little beach, a little public beach called Pine Island, right on the Gulf of Mexico. Hope to get some good shots there, and yeah, it'll be a nice drive. It's a cool little place. So yeah, I've got an hour to go on the highway, and let's not bore you to tears with highway driving. Although I gotta tell you, you know, because a lot of you are here for the bike instead of the destination, or maybe, you know, a little destination, a little bit of the bike, whatever. Of course, the Thruxton just loves the highway as much as she loves the corners. So yeah, okay, got an hour to go. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so here we are on the entrance road to the little fishing village of Aripeka, Florida. Like I said earlier, named after the Native American Chief Aripeka. So we are about, you know, we're not even like a half a mile from the Gulf of Mexico. If I could go up about 50 feet, we'd see the water. We'll be getting there in just a minute. Absolutely gorgeous day. Look at this blue sky. Wow. I couldn't have asked for a better day for this. So in this little town, I'll call it a town, it's really just a little community. There's an island. It's called Palm Island. Real tiny little thing, but there are some houses on it. A couple of bridges to get on and off the island. We're gonna see what kind of view of the Gulf we can have. Usually there's a lot of people in the evenings that come out to the bridges to watch the sunset and hang out, throw a pole in the water. Okay, so here we are coming into Aripeka. Now, like I said, this little community dates back to the early 1800s, and there used to be a hotel here, or some fishing cabins. I'm not sure exactly which one, maybe both. And that's where Babe Ruth, the legendary baseball player, would come and stay. He would come here every year. This was his favorite fishing spot, and they'd go out in the Gulf of Mexico and do some offshore fishing. There's a cool little post office up here, the old post office. I'll pull over here and show you. Little tiny little thing. Look at that. The Aripeka Historical District. Aripeka, Florida Post Office. 52 to 62 that was open. The community folks come and get their mail there. I think it's cool it's still here. I love little pieces of history like that. Okay. Coming up to the first bridge to get onto Palm Island. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So here we are on the bridge to Palm Island. Yeah, some folks hanging out, dropping a pole in. Very cool. Can you see the Gulf of Mexico out there? You can see the channel. And that water over there is just the Gulf of Mexico. Some marshland over here. Then those places over there are on the island, and we have some water houses over here. Pretty cool. Alright, let's get going. Lots to see. Beautiful view though. Can you imagine the sunset dropping right there? Okay, now we're actually on the island now, Palm Island. It's a popular place down there to get your stone crab claws, fresh from the Gulf of Mexico. This little store here on the left has been here for about 100 years. Norfleets. Get your beer and your bait. Another little, this is the bridge to get off the island. People hanging out on a beautiful day. I love it. What a life, huh? And there we are, we're off the island. Tiny little place. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was all there was to Aripeka. A hidden gem on the Gulf Coast of Florida. They used to call this side of Florida from Tampa up to Cedar Key, they used to call it Nature's Coast. Because most of it, the majority of it, is all this natural. Here you can see the Gulf of Mexico. There we are, right there. How cool is that? What a beautiful view. But this is all natural. This is what the Spanish explorers would have seen. Just like this, unchanged. Except for that house right there. But pretty much just like this. So they called it Nature's Coast. But then I can't exactly remember why the name changed for their advertising marketing plan for tourists, but I believe it's become Adventure Coast now. I think there was another area that had Nature Coast or something like that. I'll look into it. But obviously flood zone here, so the majority of your houses are up on stilts. So when the hurricanes and storms roll through, it doesn't flood the inside of your house. So the next stop we're going to go through is a community, a much larger community called Hernando Beach. Hernando Beach. Now it's right on the Gulf also. It's a boating community, so it's got man-made canals, and the houses are all built on the canals, and you know, you have direct access right to the Gulf of Mexico. So if you're into boating, you drop your boat right down off your lift, or you don't even have to have a lift. You can just pull it right down. You know, it's right in the water. You can just jump right down into it and off you go. 5 minutes, you're in the Gulf of Mexico. 10 minutes later, you're in deep water, going for some, you know, grouper and all that good stuff. Okay, so here we are coming into Hernando Beach. Here's the little downtown area of Hernando Beach. We've got a few convenience stores, some bars, restaurants, realtors. There's a little bar. So the funny thing, the joke about Hernando Beach is that there actually isn't a beach here. It's all just the canal communities. So some people refer to it as Hernando No Beach. I always thought that was kind of funny. They say this community is a drinking community with a beach problem. I always thought that was funny too. Instead of a beach community with a drinking problem. Ha 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 ha. So we're going to go past Hernando Beach here a little bit. We're going to make our way into the another little boating community that's been around for a long time, called Weeki, Wachee. Weeki, Wachee. As you can probably tell, that's another Native American name. Weeki, Wachee. I believe, and I'll have to double check this, I should have looked it up before I left, but I believe Weeki Wachee was a tribe instead of like a single person like Chief Weeki Wachee. I believe the Weeki Wachee were a tribe in this area. The thing about Weeki Wachee that makes it unique is that it actually has a natural spring-fed river. Here's some more of that beautiful nature coast. The Gulf is right, you know, right on the other side of those palm trees there. Gorgeous marshland. This would have been exactly what the explorers would have seen. They would have been met with the same marshlands and palm trees and alligators, which I'm sure gave them a pretty big surprise. I've always thought this was gorgeous though. Absolutely beautiful. Now they used to have a lookout, an observer's tower up here, but some vandals burned it, caught it on fire, which is a real shame. The last time I was here, it still wasn't repaired. We'll pull in here and see. You know what, it looks like it has been repaired. We'll take a walk up there and that'd be really cool if it is repaired. is at, huh? So from this side, you can get out there, you can see there's a boat out there, Gulf of Mexico. I'm huffing and puffing. How beautiful is that, huh? Well, I'm glad they opened this back up so people can enjoy it. All right, let's get going. Okay. Next stop, Pine Island.